Hey guys, it's Epix here, just bringing you a quick guide on enhancement shamans. Just gonna tell you a little bit about the gear, talents, glyphs and tips and tricks. We'll start off with the gear. There's two ways you can have your gear. Some people prefer mostly crit, or there's more of the agility and mastery. I've went more of the agility and mastery, so I prefer the big damage, and personally shamans have a lot of base crit anyway, and they get the 9% crit from their tree. Now, gear's pretty basic. Everyone knows what kind of gear is, so I think I'll leave that. We'll go into the talent tree. Now, there's a few different things you can do. Not a lot of people like Spark of Life, even though it increases your healing done by 6% and your healing received by 15%. I reckon most should get this because having Maelstrom procs every, I don't know, 3-4 seconds, you can self-heal for a lot more and keep yourself alive. Most people don't get that and they go down to Call of Flame. This isn't bad, it does good damage, but doesn't beat healing. Call of Flame increases the damage done by fire totems and fire nova by 10%, so that goes up to 20%. Now, I prefer the 3% crit, 6% damage of shock spells, chain lightning, which you use, and reverberation. This is one of your best talents you can get, I reckon. It reduces the cooldown of your shock spells by 1 second and wind shear by 10 seconds. Now this makes wind shear only a 5-second cooldown, which is great for pretty much casters. Every 5 seconds you can stop one of their moves. Now for the actual enhancement talent tree, most things are are common. Like, of course you're gonna get these, that. The things that kinda change are this one here. Toughness increases your stamina by 3% and reduces the duration movement slowing effects on you by 10%. Static shock. When you use Lava Lash, Storm Strike, you have a 45% chance of getting a lightning shield on them. And Earthen Power. Your Earthbind totem pulses have when you got 200% chance to remove all snare effects, which is great. I went Static shock because I like the pure damage of it, and toughness you don't really need. Gives you a bit more health, but I prefer the pure damage. This Earthen Power would have been nice to get, but I just couldn't get it in my talent tree. Didn't have enough points. This talent tree here, I've researched a lot about heaps of different talent trees, and this is the best one I could come up with, and so far it's worked well. I've beat pretty much every class besides Blood DKs. Now for glyphs, which isn't working. Let me just quickly reload. For glyphs, most glyphs are explanatory. You want I think it's 10% more, 10% critical strike with Storm Strike, the 20% more damage on Lava Lash, that one there. These two everyone gets, that's just the normal thing to get. Now the third one, you can either have Feral Spirits. Your Spirit Wolves gain an additional 30% of your attack power, which is great for a bit more damage. Some people like to get maybe Shocking. Reduce the cooldown triggered by your shock spells by 1 second, which isn't all that much, and it's only 5 seconds anyway. Or there is Wind Fury Weapon. Increases the chance per swing for Wind Fury Weapon to trigger by 2%. Now in a 100-second fight it's only once more, so I don't think it's really worth it. This is where, if you're getting static shock, you definitely want Glyph of Lightning Shield. This makes it so your lightning shield won't drop off by being damaged, or when you use that, so you just won't drop below 3 charges, so pretty much you only gotta refresh it every 10 minutes. So that's simple. You gotta have this. This is one of the main, this is what makes Shaman a lot stronger. Glyph of Stoneclaw Totem. Every 20 seconds they can bubble themselves, or we can bubble them ourselves for 16,572. This is really helpful, and you don't even have to have the totem down. So you just put it down, you've got the buff, change back to your Strength of Earth totem, and you still have the buff. So you pretty much just got to put it down and then remove it, and you've still got it. Now, these Now for this one, you can either have Hex, which I like because in Arena, you know, you Hex whoever you're not killing, keep them CC'd a bit more. There's Healing Stream Totem. Your Healing Stream Totem also increases Fire, Frost and Nature resistance of party and raid members within 30 yards by 195. That's great for casters and that, but if they got a bit of spell pen, that's pretty much useless. So that's good, but personal opinion on that one. Or some people like to go this Shamanistic Rage. Activating your Shamanistic Rage ability also cleanses you of all dispellable magic debuffs. Now, a lot of people say that it's bad to have because Warlocks, if you dispel their buffs or debuffs on you, their curses, it makes them stronger. Like one of them stuns you if you remove it. So I don't know, a lot of people said it's not very good, and I prefer Hex anyway, so I didn't go that. But you know, it's personal opinion on that glyph. Now I'll quickly go through rotation. This is just a quick tutorial guide. If you want a more in-depth one, comment, subscribe and rate. Now pretty much most people you're gonna frost shock them. If they're hunter or someone that's gonna try and keep away from you, definitely keep up frost shock. Melee, you more want earth shock because